Hello and welcome to our very first episode of Coffee with Carla, which is essentially a chance for me to ask Carla lots of questions over a cup of coffee. So I will introduce you to the star of the show, Carla Ford, and you can tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name's Carla Ford and I'm the Students Association President. I'm married, I've got 3 children, and before being elected to Student President, I was studying health and social care at Milton Road.
Okay, so whenever you were a student parent, 3 kids,
Yes.
All at primary school, or what age, and how did you cope with that?
So my eldest is 10, my middle child is 6, and my youngest is 5. So when I was studying, my youngest was still at nursery and the other 2 were at school. So that was challenging. I had multiple drop-offs in the morning. But to be honest with you, organisation is key. It's all about getting prepared the night before to try and make it as drama-free as it can be with 3 kids in the morning. And I still don't have time to have breakfast.
Well, yes, after working with you for the past 3 months, I can say that you're definitely organised and definitely never have breakfast. So, one thing that we've learned. So, today we are going to be talking about 3 things. First of all, I'd like to ask you a little bit more about World Mental Health Day. That's happening very soon, so do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so World Mental Health Day is happening Thursday the 10th of October, and there's going to be, the main event's on at Grantham, there is going to be something on at Sighthill as well, and it's about raising awareness for mental health. Everybody has mental health, whether it's good, whether it's bad, everybody has it, and I think there's a lot of stigma in people talking about it, whether it's good or bad. So we're looking to do something for World Mental Health Day which brings some positivity to mental health. We're going to be having coffee, we're going to be having cake, we've got some brilliant organisations coming in, we have Nightline, we have the See Me campaign coming in, and we're going to be writing positive messages to uplift people and make people feel happy.
Cool. So mental health, one thing, I mean, you said that everyone's got mental health, but we've talked about all the messages that have come out maybe the past 10, 15 years about it's okay not to be okay, it's okay to talk, encouraging people to talk. Sometimes that can be just as challenging, you know, we've kind of made it's okay for people to talk about, which is fantastic, but what we've not really talked about is how we support people once they've started talking about it. So I think that's one of the things that I certainly think that people find quite challenging.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. I think that sometimes people don't know what to say, so they don't say anything at all. And I think that if yourself or someone that you know is suffering from mental health issues, the best thing to do is try and get some support for yourself and how to talk to them, because you don't want to make them feel uncomfortable, you don't want to make yourself uncomfortable, but you want to do good, you want to make things easier for that person. And try and just support them any way that you can. Let them know that you're there and that you're there to listen to.
Yeah, absolutely. I know from my own experience, I went through mental health first aid training, which was incredibly useful for me. It kind of gave me a bit more confidence having those conversations with people whenever they disclose things or wanted to talk about things that I maybe wasn't aware of. But I think that one of the top tips I got was whenever someone tells you there's something wrong or something that they're struggling with, your instinct is to try and fix it, and a lot of the time that's just not possible. So you should try and kind of back off from that instinct and just try and look for ways in which you can help them get through it.
Yeah, of course, I totally agree with you. I think everybody tries to fix things and solve people. Sometimes you have to understand that you can't always do that, and there's other places or organisations that you can signpost people to or direct them to that can give them more sort of specialised professional treatment.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so that's World Mental Health Day, which is Thursday the 10th
of
October, which is next week, so very soon. So look out for all the information coming up on our social media there. So next up on our topics is how to have an awesome first semester. Now this is a kind of a positive spin on something which can be quite negative. We talk about a kind of mid-semester slump where the fun of starting a new course is kind of filtered out, and you're really looking at the kind of bread and butter of loads of assessments and keeping up with everyone in your
Yeah.
class and stuff like that. So tell us about your experience of semester 1 and how you dealt with that.
When I started college, I was so excited. My excitement was unbelievable. I went out and I got all new stationery. Everything was colour coded. I had pencil cases for everything.
Doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
But when it got down to about this sort of time, this is when reality kicks in, and of course all your enthusiasm is still there, but it's also a bit scary. I think, especially for me, coming back after not studying since I was at school, which was like really a long time, it was hard to try and get my head around the fact that there was assessments and how do I study and what do I do. And I found that by my second year, I'd learned the best sort of study practices for myself, which definitely helped. And a lot of that was getting tips from other people. Other people have different kind of study tips and different things that you maybe don't know about, so it's quite worthwhile talking to others. The other thing for me is to just sometimes realise that things happen and just to go with it, rather than trying to worry about things that you can't control. Just try and keep yourself happy and positive. I think sometimes that can help a lot as well.
Yeah, no, I think that's all really relevant, and I think especially people that are coming maybe straight from school to college, there's a very specific way in which you're taught how to learn.
Yeah, it's different at college.
And then at college you're kind of given a little bit more scope, and you might find that you learn in a very different way from the rest of your class.
Yeah.
I suppose the message is that everyone learns in different ways. Doesn't mean that there's a wrong way and a right way.
No, as long as you're learning. And I think it's also quite interesting to try the different styles that you learn in. I remember my LDT gave us a little questionnaire to find out which learning styles suited us most, and that helped a lot with revision. Some people are visual learners, some people are need to do it learners. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
it's quite interesting to find out which style suits you best, and then you can kind of tailor your work around it. But the other thing for me is around assessment times, try and make sure you're getting enough sleep. Sleep's a massive thing, and you need to make sure you're eating properly because your brain works better, your cognitive functions better with breakfast.
Yes. See what I say, not what I do. Yeah, absolutely. I think personal care is really important, isn't it? So if you want to be a really good learner, you need to look after yourself and make sure that you're okay. One of the things that a lot of people are affected by is whenever it gets kind of later in semester 1, you get the dark nights and the dark days and dark mornings, and everything's a bit colder, and the weather's not
Harder to
great,
get out of bed.
and it can be a bit of a struggle at times as well. So you got any thoughts on how you kind of get through that period?
Just try and keep yourself motivated, make sure that you have got things planned out that you need to do. Don't just spend all your time studying, make sure that you have time for yourself as well. Have an early night, have a hot chocolate, go to bed early, watch films, whatever. Just make sure you have time for yourself as well. And it's soon going to start getting light again.
Yeah, that's it. Always like the positive, cut down to Christmas. So, I mean, this was a topic that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
You put this on the list today, and I've got to say that you're a generally very happy person, and
Thanks.
you come in with energy every morning.
Too much normally.
So I can only assume that when the clocks change, you turn into a white.
Rawr. Yeah, well, my husband might say that. No, I don't. I, like everyone else, have my down days as well. But for me, I like to just take a little bit of time for myself. Of course, I've got kids, my life is busy and hectic. Sometimes I'm always up early in the morning, I'm up before everyone else, and that's my time that I have my own. The house is peace and quiet, it's just the cat meowing for his breakfast. I'll have a coffee and kind of get myself organised.
Yeah.
And that's, for me, the time that I enjoy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. As you know, I've got a dog, and I like being up early and get the dog out for a walk, and it gets you a bit of exercise, a bit of fresh air, you get to be with your dog, and it really kind of starts the day on a kind of positive footing. So yeah, if you've got a pet, that's always a good thing as well, because it gives you a bit of structure.
Of
well.
course.
I need to walk the dog twice a day.
Structure and routine.
Structure
Very
and
good.
routine, yes. Maybe not all the time. Okay, so that's semester 1. It's there are some challenges, but I think the kind of message is that if we are prepared for those things and we do things to look after ourselves and look after people around us, then we'll get through it together, and we'll all be eating Christmas dinner with a smile on our faces.
Yay!
Superb. Okay, so The third thing on our list to talk about today is about the college a bit more generally. So a lot of people watching this, students, a lot of students that we talk to, will only have ever experienced the one building, the one campus that they attend. You were a student at this campus at Milton Road, and since becoming president 3 months ago, you have been on all the campuses, all 4 campuses, and touring around. How have you found that, going from being a student to moving about all the time?
I found it really interesting. It's been amazing. There's been so many things going on behind the scenes that as a student I wasn't aware was happening. So many meetings, so many people planning things, making sure that things are done as they should be. That when you're a student you really don't have a clue about all this that goes on. There's so much hard work and so much effort. And it's really interesting to see it from the other side. It's been great.
Yeah, I think that it is easy to kind of come in and think that I come in and I get taught and the teachers do their job and then everyone goes home, but actually there's a whole lot of people behind the scenes that make things work, isn't it?
There is, yeah.
So I think people maybe don't appreciate just how big the college is. Again, if you've only ever experienced one campus, but we've got over 26,000 students, and we've got all those staff on top of that. So we're talking like a big proportion of people in Edinburgh. So it's a big operation. So what sort of things have you found out about the campuses that you maybe didn't know before you were president?
I found out that obviously this college used to be Julianesque, and it was a nautical college, and the boardroom had an actual wheel.
An actual wheel?
An actual wheel where they used a steering wheel.
Steering a ship.
Yeah. So thankfully they've now taken that away, otherwise I wouldn't be able to concentrate in my meetings and I'd be trying to steer us somewhere.
You don't want to get seasickness in a board meeting, do you? Okay, what about the other campuses then?
Site Hill has got lots of solar panels on the roof, which I saw when I went on a tour. So I saw that. Midlothian has got bees.
It's got beehives.
It's got beehives. I haven't actually seen the beehives.
Sometimes you just don't want to get too close to these things, eh?
No.
But it's nice to know that they're there.
Yes.
Supporting the environment and whatnot, making sure that civilization doesn't cease to exist.
Yes.
Good on those bees. And of course, Granton has a 3D printer, which is very cool.
Yes.
And I have seen that in action, and it is very cool. So there's lots of different things at different campuses, and again, if you're only in one department, you probably don't know about all these things. But
I think what a lot of our students think as well, though, is that if their classes are based at one campus, that they're only allowed to go to that one campus, but actually they can go to any campus. If they have one closer to home and it's easier for them to get to, or they have a facility that they need to access, then obviously they can do that.
Absolutely. And I think even if it's just accessing a library, printing stuff off, using a computer, whatever it might be, it's use whatever's handiest. That's the beauty of having a big college.
That's it.
Yeah. So we're kind of coming to the end of our chat here.
I know, my coffee's getting a bit
running out of coffee. So are there any other things that are happening within the Student Association or on campus that you think students should know about?
So next week the Go Green team will be running some events. On Monday they have an event on at Milton Road, which is about lift sharing. Sorry. My coffee's running out now. Which is about lift sharing, so advertising the lift share scheme that we have, and also
active travel as well.
Active travel, so trying to find the best travel for people, etc.
Brilliant. So for those students out there that don't know anything about, if they've managed to miss all of our posters and our lovely reusable cups and whatnot, we run a Go Green project within the Student Association, and it's all about active travel. It's all about encouraging people to walk, cycle, run, perhaps, to college, and if you have to take the car, then give someone a lift. Save the environment,
which is good.
Important.
Yes.
Lots of stuff happening. We've also just finished off our class rep training last week. or I should say, our first batch of class rep training.
Yeah.
And the scores on the doors today are that we have now got over 500 class reps registered
Woohoo.
for this semester. So
That's
a
brilliant.
huge group of students that are really trying to get things done for their fellow students, which is really nice to see.
Okay.
So I think that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining me and
No
for
problem.
making the coffee. And I will see you again soon.
Yes,
Okay.
of course. Cheers.
Cheers.